I would like to turn it over to our main event tonight, our students, our superintendent student ambassadors. Through the spring, I will be inviting our ambassadors to join us at the board meetings to present about their respective schools. We originally started this initiative last winter when we were meeting in person, but like so much else, it was interrupted by the onset of the pandemic. We have an amazing group of students representing our high schools in the Student Ambassador Program, which is specifically designed for leadership development and is an opportunity for our students to practice leadership through school, district, and civic engagement activities. I would like to introduce Ms. Mia Prewitt, who serves as the advisor for the Superintendent Student Ambassadors, to tell you more and to introduce our students. Mrs. Prewitt.
Thank you, Dr. Dixon, and good evening. President Adair, Vice President Reyes, Dr. Dixon again, Treasurer Bahoric, and Internal Auditor Smith, and members of the board. Thank you for having us this evening. It is my pleasure and joy to introduce the Superintendent Student Ambassadors this evening. I have thoroughly enjoyed working with the students through the years, and once again this year, and specifically in this new virtual format that has stretched all of us. Our ambassadors represent each high school in the district, and this year our focus has been on social justice, equity, and diversity. Our students have heard from various organizations in the community, and in these spaces, they have had the opportunity to use their voice to share their thoughts and beliefs to keeping our schools inclusive and safe. In addition, several students also sit on the strategic design team that Dr. Dixon just referenced and the facilities master plan teams. Most recently, the students had the opportunity to learn about cross-cultural communication from our very own Chief Equity Officer, Dr. Dion Blue. And that was a very interesting opportunity for the students to really learn about their communication styles. And as they become budding, developing leaders, that was an important skill. So that was really a treat. So today you will hear from our superintendent student ambassadors from Eastmore Academy, Centennial, and Fort Hays about their schools and their experiences as a virtual student. So without further ado, I will turn it over to Eastmore Academy.
Good afternoon, President Adair, Vice President Reyes, Dr. Dixon, Treasurer Bahoric, Internal Auditor Smith, and members of the board. My name is Haley Warren, and I go to Eastmore Academy High School. I am also a senior there. I am here today with Kaidyn Lucas, Anaya Cooper, and Harrison Warren. Okay, we wanted to present today about our warrior pride and just how amazing Eastmore Academy High School is. So like I said before, my name is Haley Warren and I am a senior at Eastmore. What do I love about being a student ambassador? I love how I'm able to actively invoke change in my community and advocate for my peers. I also love getting my peers engaged in different activities going on in the school district. For example, I have been actively engaged with the development of Senior Fest, which is tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kaidyn Lucas. I'm a sophomore who attends Eastmore Academy High School. How do I use my student voice? I use my student voice through this opportunity of being an ambassador. This gives me a platform to voice not only my opinions, but the student body as well, to give everyone fair opportunity.
Hi, my name is Anaya Cooper. I am a junior at Eastmore Academy. What impact has being an ambassador had on me? Being an ambassador has had a very positive impact on me so far. I have learned many skills that can help me as a student and help me function more effectively as a citizen in society.
My name is Harrison Warren. I'm a junior at Eastmore Academy. What have I learned while being in the ambassador program? Due to the presentations delivered by the Kaleidoscope Youth Center, I have learned about the importance of gender norms.
Eastmore Academy's academics. Eastmore has many great things about our academics, but we wanted to highlight this. So first off, Eastmore Academy's biomedical program. Students who excel in science are given the opportunity to join the biomedical program. We research different diseases and find ways to eradicate them. We also research different career options in the biomedical sciences. Due to the knowledge acquired from the program, some students were given the opportunity to intern at different facilities that use biomed.
Next up, we have our honor roll drive-by. Our administrators want us to reward students who earn honor roll while protecting students from COVID-19. Students who earn honor roll were able to drive by Eastmore Academy to get their certificates along with water bottles, pencils, and other treats. Along in the right-hand corner is Haley Warren and Harrison Warren holding their.
Then we have supplementary instruction program. Newly implemented this year, students in Algebra 1 are given the chance to receive extra help from an upperclassman with a firm knowledge of the subject.
And lastly, we have our handshake scholarships. 2 juniors, Music Thornton and our very own Harrison Bourne, earned the handshake scholarships this year. Each were nominated by our athletic director based off of their academics and also how they perform sports-wise. They meet once a month with their groups to discuss leadership and other values.
Eastmore Academy Sports. We've had many achievements this year despite the pandemic. For example, the Eastmore Academy football team became runner-up in the City League Championship. And also, Amari Cooper of the Eastmore Academy's bowling team got to compete in the district finals. Next to that is a list of the sports that were able to compete this year.
Next, we have Eastmore Academy's extracurriculars. Another thing Eastmore is known for is our drama department. We've had many successful and creative plays such as The Wiz, The Color Purple, and Rent. In this year's production, they will be performing 4 songs from the musical The Little Shop of Horrors. In time for the holiday season, to give back to the community, Eastmore Academy's chapter of the National Honor Society held a virtual donation drive by having an Amazon wish list of items to choose from for the YWCA and Family Center programs. Below is the automated email we sent out to the EA community.
Lastly, we have Eastmore Academy staff support. Since the pandemic hit, each grade level gets bi-weekly Zoom check-ins from administrators and counselors. Our I Know I Can advisor, Mr. Sparks, contacts each senior every week to make sure they are on a right track to graduation. Every month, the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors have a class town hall meeting. In these meetings, students are given updates about academics, sports, and any other opportunities we can assess. The staff have always made Eastmore Academy feel more like home. They are extremely supportive and always willing to have conversation, whether it is school related or personal.
How do we feel about being back to school? Personally, I am extremely excited to be back. I like being able to see my friends and my teachers. Online learning was okay, but I definitely prefer being in the classroom.
I'm happy to see my teachers again and get out of the house.
I am looking forward to getting one-on-one help on my different assignments. I also look forward to seeing my peers.
I really look forward to seeing my teachers, doing group projects, and participating in extracurricular activities again.
This concludes our presentation. Special thanks to Dr. Dixon for allowing us to talk about Eastmore Academy High School, and also to Ms. Prewitt for always being there whenever we needed her with any help that we may have needed. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you, Haley. Thank you, Eastmore. That was awesome. If there are any questions now from the board, if not, we can go straight to Centennial.
Board members, do you have any questions?
Just a big thank you.
Great job, students. Thank you for telling us about your school.
Good evening, President Adair, Vice President Reyes, Dr. Dixon, Treasurer Bahoric, Internal Auditor Smith, and members of the board. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to listen to the student voice. Today, Safi and I will share some information about Centennial High School and the effects that online learning has had on students. Before we begin, we wanted to introduce ourselves.
Hello, everyone. My name is Safi Munywoki, and I'm in 10th grade. I'm a first-generation college-bound student, and at Centennial, I'm involved in mixed ensemble, girls varsity soccer team, and the basketball team. Outside of Centennial, this summer, I'll be involved in the Congress of Future Medical Leaders and the National Academy of Future Physicians and Medical Assistants. I became an ambassador because I wanted to learn more about leadership and also experience something out of my comfort zone. I also wanted to be a part of my community more. Being in this program has taught me a lot about responsibility and leadership. Along with leadership, it taught me how to be a strong advocate for my peers in school through my student voice and determination. I was also provided the opportunity as a student representative at the Mayor's Roundhouse discussion on Thursday.
Hi, my name is Muskan Moni. I'm a junior at Centennial. I'm also a first-generation college-bound student. I'm in the orchestra and the girls varsity lacrosse. I became an ambassador because I wanted to gain a deeper perspective on my community and to keep everyone as engaged and as aware as possible. For example, I took the initiative to start a survey, which we will see later down in the slides, with student feedback to keep the staff informed about how students are doing during these unprecedented times. Historically, these are some of the clubs offered at Centennial High School, which include Green Team, STEM Club, Academic Team, Newspaper, and etc., many of which are student initiated. However, due to COVID, the only after-school programs that are currently active are yearbook and sports. To the right, we see the mock trial and theater. Also, we were supposed to have our musical Little Shop of Horrors that was supposed to debut. However, it was canceled due to COVID-19.
Sports at Centennial include cheerleading, softball, volleyball, golf, wrestling, track and field, tennis, and etc. Many cause and metro students decided to play at Centennial because of our renowned success and work ethic. You can see the boys varsity soccer team, the girls varsity soccer team, and the girls basketball team. As you can tell with the basketball photo, no fans were allowed during this season due to COVID protocols and regulations.
Before we talk about the effects of online learning that has had on students, we wanted to point out some highlights of our school. In 2017, John Legend performed at Centennial High School. He chose to work with 3 senior artists, all of who performed at the school. This event was exclusive for Centennial students and was in partnership with ACTS.
Also, before COVID, the female team played at Monfrey Stadium, in which they won the city tournament in the years 2017 and 2018. Also, our school's football team were able to participate in the state championship in 2019. Another accomplishment we had during this school year in COVID was one of our juniors, Alec Proudfoot. He went on to the state championship for diving, and he finished in 5th place overall.
What do students, families, and teachers like about Centennial High School? Here at Centennial, we put our students first. Many families love the community shared at Centennial. It's a place where students, staff members, and families feel safe and at home. The teachers love working with the students because they are always challenged to do their best no matter how big or small the challenge is. In the pictures, we have the PTA, a staff meeting, and also the NHS working with our leadership program.
Many students like Centennial because of our academic, sports, and diversity. Centennial is a very diverse school. We have students from all around the world, including Morocco, Kenya, Mexico, France, Nigeria, and Ghana, and many more. Families also love Centennial because of the connections students make with the staff. They're always excited to see each other grow and succeed later on in the years. Most students love also being challenged academically, which brings them closer to Centennial. As you can see, one of our juniors this year, Jada Bledsoe, was nominated with the 2021 National Merit Scholarship. And also at Centennial, we have Student Stars Peer Guides who help students with academic choices and also guiding them with college choices.
This was a project that the teachers and staff put together to motivate and uplift the students during the online schooling mid-2020. This just, again, goes to show how our teachers are willing to go through thick and thin to really uplift and motivate the students. Special shout out to Miss Kohler because she's a really great teacher.
How did Centennial respond to online learning? Just like any other school, we faced hard times with learning at home. Some kids missed out with interacting with each other. Here at Centennial, the teachers go above and beyond so that the kids can have the same experience online. Many teachers went out of their way to provide fun activities for students to do during COVID. An example would be Mr. Thanos' art class. They were still able to learn about art and also experience pieces here in Columbus, while also keeping safe.
Just like art, the music department at our school was still able to collaborate with each other. The music teachers, Ms. Walsh-Huggins, Mr. Gleach, and Mr. Swartz, wanted students to feel as if they were still at Centennial, so they set up some tools for students to use and make music. Examples such as Flipgrid, Music First, and Soundtrap were some of the websites used this year. All of these performances can be found on our school website. To our left, we can see the CHS strings performance. We can also see the showcase by the mixed ensemble in February, and lastly, the solo performance by a student in the mixed ensemble.
This is a slide about the student feedback that Muskan was talking about in the beginning of our program. So online learning wasn't easy for some of us, but along the way, we got better and adapted to these issues. Some teachers had discussions with their students and classes about workload, mental health, and other things we can improve this school year. It wasn't easy to accommodate everyone's ideas and feelings, but we did get better one step at a time.
Some of the pros I saw in online learning was that there was more contact and flexibility. Regarding contact, there was definitely a lot more doors opened for teachers and students to communicate, whether that be via Remind, Google Classroom, or even office hours. It just allowed for students to reach out and ask for help. With flexibility, there has been a lot of accommodations that the teachers have done with the students in order to see, in order for there to be a more dynamic and engaging learning environment. So for example, sometimes teachers might ask their students whether they prefer one platform over the other. And lastly, more light. At Centennial, there aren't many windows, so it's really nice to have some sunlight and vitamin D at home. Regarding cons, I noted how there was just a lack of kinesthetic learning and also a lack of motivation. With kinesthetic learning, obviously not all students learn in the same way. So there's just a lot of students who prefer to have hands-on experience. And obviously this can't happen with online learning. And with the lack of motivation, with online learning, it's just very repetitive, and having to stare at the computer or at any screen for 8+ hours is just very tiring, and students tend to lose their focus. So
overall, I think coming to Centennial was one of the best choices I ever made. I had other schools to choose from, but I knew I wanted to be involved with the students, teachers, and administration here at Centennial. This school is a community where students can flourish and be a part of something amazing, and also be challenged academically. The teachers really care for their students and academics. They always want to see them strive and take up opportunities, no matter how big or small they are. I'm really glad I chose to be part of the Centennial family and community.
And again, thank you everyone for your time, and we hope you learned something new about Centennial. Special thank you to Dr. Dixon for the opportunity and Ms. Prewitt for working with us and helping us with our presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies. You represented Centennial shining like a shining bright star. So thank you so much. Thoroughly enjoyed that. We will turn it over to Fort Hays.
Hello, my name is Samaya, and I'm presenting with Cierra Carpenter, and we're both students at Fort Hays. Okay. So like I said before, my name is Samaya Norman. I'm a sophomore at Fort Hays High School, and this is my first year being a superintendent student ambassador. And my favorite thing about Fort Hays is that I'm able to grow both academically and artistically with the opportunity to take advanced classes as well as art classes.
Hello, good evening to all the board members. My name is Cierra Carpenter. I'm a junior at Fort Hays High School, and I feel like my favorite thing about Fort Hays is being able to perfect and do what I love on a day-to-day basis.
The thing I like about being an ambassador is the opportunity to discuss important issues in the community with not only my peers, but adults in the community who are willing to listen and be a part of a conversation that enacts change in Columbus, such as the mayor and students at OSU who explained advocacy and protesting to us.
I feel like being an ambassador gives you an opportunity to see like-minded students come together, and I feel like a bonus to that is being able to have a one-on-one relationship with the student, with the superintendent, of our school district. And I feel like that's really good because not everyone gets a chance to actually have a relationship with her to where she listens to what you have to say and takes into consideration your concerns. So there are a lot of pros with the online learning at Fort Hays, as well as some cons. I feel like having the ability to work at your own space, you also gained more outside resources, such as we never used to use Google Classroom, or even now having access to email and having that direct contact to teachers was really good. Also, it is more comfortable at home. As you know, we are outside campus, so you don't have to walk as much. You can just sit in your bed and do all your classes that you need to get through. But some of the cons I feel are, though, that since Fort Hays, we are kind of more social people. We didn't really get the communication with each other and our teachers that we would usually get on a regular day. It's also harder to concentrate and actually get motivated to actually do our crafts at home, such as singing, dancing, theater, etc. And also our schedules are a little bit confusing than the regular Columbus City schools, district schools, because of our 10-period days and how we break them up on a day-to-day basis.
However, throughout the pandemic, Fort Hays has done several things to connect to the student community through these difficult times, such as a virtual Spirit Week, a Zoom open house party at the beginning of the school year to get students and teachers excited, even though we were getting a late start, and a online commencement ceremony that was broadcasted live on YouTube in June, so that family members could watch their students graduate.
So, what is so special about Fort Hays? What Fort Hays lacks in sports, it makes up with for arts. From performing arts building to the Shot Tower Gallery, Fort Hays pulls in the artistic development of their students above all else. With our very, very, very talented staff, our school is constantly finding ways to intertwine the arts with our everyday curriculum, whether it is the dance ensemble program or many theater productions that we've done, such as Dream Girls. We all get to do what we love in school and outside of school while being with people our age and that have the same passion.
A wonderful example of the arts from Fort Hays are two students, Deshawn, who studied at the Career Center on Fort Hays' campus, and Tristan, who is a sophomore that attends Fort Hays. We have a short clip of Deshawn's audition from American Idol, just to showcase how talented our students are.
Except that rain comes from the clouds, the sunlight from the sky, yeah, and hummingbirds to fly.
And the rest of this video is on YouTube if you wanted to watch the rest of his performance, because it's really good. Oops, sorry. Okay. To end out our presentation, we'd just like to remind our fellow students and staff to continue to work hard, even though we're getting close to the end of the school year, and to remain optimistic and to be safe, mask up, and as we prepare to go back to school.
I would like to say a special thank you for you guys' time. Thank you to Dr. Dixon and Ms. Prewitt for running and teaching us within the Superintendent Student Ambassadors Program. And I hope you guys have a great evening.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Cierra and Samaya. I thoroughly enjoyed your presentation about Fort Hays. I feel like I have learned some interesting things about your school, but I just wanted to say excellent job to Eastmoor, Centennial, and Fort Hays. You all have done an excellent job in representing the district and representing the ambassador program. I know Dr. Dixon is probably beaming over there, but excellent job. Thank you.
So thank you, Ms. Prewitt, and kudos to you too. Ms. Prewitt is meeting with our students several times a week, preparing those. We're preparing meetings. This year, we wanted to focus on student voice, student agency, and advocacy, and the students have just taken it and run with it. Kudos to the students. Again, I am so proud. I'm smiling and beaming behind this mask. And you do what you do every time we meet. You represent the district so well. And we shared over and over and time again that our students, they represent us inside the classroom and outside the classroom. And they have represented this district in so many different ways, met with so many different people. And every time people meet with our students, they are just so impressed at how poised they are and how they represent their student body well.